Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm flying around the Caucasus map in the KA-50 again. And I'm attempting to fly this thing again and not jam it into something. So from what they were telling me before, these buttons down here are all my autopilots, and when they are pressed in, they don't light up. That there's some kind of weird bug that if they're lit up, they're off. If they're not lit up, they're on. So I'm just going to leave those guys alone and see what kind of trouble I can get into here today. Doing the free flight mission. The scenic route, I guess you could say. Trying to drop a little bit of altitude here. I want to get a little closer to these buildings. It still wants to grab me and pull me, so I'm going to hold the trim, push it where I want to go, and I'm going to let go of it where I want it to go. And there we go. Man, it's going to be close. Made it. Although I am still dropping altitude, so I'll get my collective up a little bit. Can't wait for the cockpit update that they're supposedly working on. Although I did hear the other day that they've put that on hold for the F-16, if I read that correctly. I hope that's not true. But again, I only paid $25 for the KA-50 Black Shark 2, and for that much I guess I'm good with it. What are these out here? These must be the Russian aircraft carriers, would be my guess. Oh, it's not like I'm going to land this thing on any one of those, that's for sure. That ain't happening anytime soon. Now I'm kind of flying sideways. Let me hit that trim button while I'm moving the stick. Feet off the pedals, stick in the direction I want to go, and let go. Put my collective up a hair because I'm dropping. Not bad. Tipped it a little bit to the other way with the trim button, holding the trim button, leveling it off, and letting go. There we go. I think I'm getting the hang of it. It seems to be getting a little bit easier for me. However, I still haven't figured out how to stop this damn thing. That seems to be a whole nother issue. Seems I can kind of tip it in whatever direction I want to go. Level it off and let it kind of go that way. Uh-oh. That's not good. Seems like I'm kind of better off in a straight line with this. It's when you actually want to fly it that it becomes a little problematic. Again, I'm doing way better than I was, you know, a couple weeks ago whenever I first bought this. looks like I'm not holding the trim now, and I'm going to turn this way, and then I'm going to let go of the stick, and it's going to kind of do its own thing again and want to pull back in the other direction, because that's where it's trimmed to, is my understanding. So let's try this again. I'm not holding the trim button. The collective is at the same it was before I started this little dive. And as I let go of the stick, it still wants to put it where it wants to put it. But if I hold the trim button, aim it downwards, let go of the trim button, let go of the stick, it's going to give me that heading. So at this point, my understanding of how this works is you point it in the direction you want to go while holding the trim button. And then you let go of the trim button to hold that heading. And altitude and angle, I guess you could say. Now, if only I can learn how to stop this beast. Because the only way to attack stuff, I think, is to get myself into a hover. I know there's a button for that. I forget what button I programmed that to. I think in time I'll have to go back through there and see where those commands are. I know when I hit it, this turns on up here whenever it's the hover hold. I've done it once or twice before. Pretty countryside. Uh-oh. I'm getting out of control again, a little wobbly. Uh-oh, way too fast. I'm going to snap something. This is usually how it happens. I just wanted to look down and see that stuff. That's pretty cool over there. Trim. Kind of get it level and in the direction I want to go. Let go. There we go. Collective, we're going good to pull up out of these trees. Up and over. Nice. Drop the collective. So really, I'm just using my collective at this point to raise and lower while it is driving the helicopter in the direction that it's trimmed on. So again, I think my initial confusion was the fact that this is a helicopter that is pretty much flies itself. And I tend to want to yank and bank this thing like you do fixed wing craft, you know? Or other helicopters like the Sikorsky that's in X-Plane 11. And what I'm learning is you just can't do that with the KA-50. It's a completely different beast altogether. There was a couple of posts in response to my last video, which I thought was very good and helpful, and thanks to the guys that did give me those hints. There was a really good article on how all this works, and I'm absolutely terrible at retaining information these days, but I'm going to read that again, and I'm going to check it out, and see what other tips I can pick up that may be able to help me fly this thing a little bit more efficient. But I think for the most part, flying it isn't a problem. It's flying it that is the problem, if that makes any sense. This thing will fly itself. It's that you have to trim it to the direction that you want to go. And then let the helicopter pretty much take you there. Hey, what's that over there? Let's see if I can get over there now. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm kind of just hitting the rudder pedals, but then it just snaps back because that's where it's trimmed to. So I'm going to hold my trim button, take my nose down, hit my rudder pedals, and pull the stick at the same time to point me in this direction. Ease off the pedals and roll the chopper back in this general direction. And while I'm still holding the trim, uh-oh, that's not good. That's when I snap things. There we go, come on. There we go. Too fast. Well, I'm still holding the trim, let go. And here we go, but I'm picking up that damn speed again. Oh, this is going to be ugly, I have a feeling. Come on, don't snap. Ooh. That was tough. Any other time I go to 280 or something like that, it's usually bad news. Good night, Irene, you know? Come on, all I wanted to do was fly over here and see what the hell this is, because it looked kind of cool. Come on. And I missed it because I was fighting this thing. Like, damn it. So anyway, as I was saying, you just point it in the direction that you want to go, but you really got to watch that speed. I don't know how I hit 300 and didn't snap this thing in like a twig like I normally do, because that's usually what occurs. And there's the buildings I want to go look at. Well, I'm going to give it some collective. I'm going to hold the trim and I'm going to kick this thing around. And again, anytime I fly this myself is where I usually run into problems. Uh-oh. Starts to get away from me. And then I'm flying sideways. Really, guys? I'll give it some more collective and pull it around. There we go. Now, back to the left. Come on, buddy. Quit bucking me. This thing's a savage, man. Again, flying in one direction, freaking easy. Getting it to go in the direction that you want to go into while you're controlling that direction, that's where it seems to be a challenge. Because look at me, I'm kind of going sideways right now. And all I wanted to do was just look over here and see what's going on down below. Yeah, I got this sidestep thing going right now. Uh-oh, and I'm going really fast. Surprised I didn't get that cue yet. Pick up a little bit of altitude and cut some of that down. But again, now I'm like going to the left. Hold this trim. Tip it to the right a little bit. Tip it down. And tip it back up. Now that's more of a straight. At least it looks more straight. Well, anyway, I've managed to do this and not wreck. It made about 14 minutes again. And it's been a neat little scenic route. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And feel free to leave any comments or suggestions. I'm always listening. And until next time.